Just 3 miles northwest of Usk lies the quiet hamlet of Kemeys Commander, a name that carries echoes of crusading knights, sacred orders, and centuries of Welsh history. Today, Kemeys Commander is a small, peaceful parish, but its name tells a remarkable story. Commander. A reminder that this was once the site of a medieval commandery or preceptory belonging to the Knights Templar. In the 12th and 13th centuries, the Knights Templar held estates throughout Britain. Kemeys was one such place. It was not a fortress or grand priory, but a small rural holding, a church with surrounding demesne lands. Here, at All Saints' Church, the Templars held the patronage, meaning they were responsible for the church and its priest. The income from local lands supported both the parish and the wider Templar mission overseas. In the early 14th century, the Templars were accused of heresy and disbanded across Europe. Their lands and churches were seized, and many, including Kemeys, passed into the hands of the Knights Hospitaller, or Order of St. John. Under the Hospitallers, Kemeys remained a small, income-producing estate. Records from the 16th century show that the order drew a modest rent, just £2, 13 shillings, and 4p a year, from the parish lands. One early survey records, at Kemeys, there is one message worth 2 shillings, and 120 acres of land, valued at 3p per acre, and the church there, held in the order's own use, is worth 50 shillings per year. All Saints' Church still bears the marks of its medieval past. The fabric of the building dates largely from the 15th century, but its origins go back to the Templars' time in the 1200s. Inside, rare survivals: a medieval rood screen, a carved beam, and a stone altar remind us that this was once a church under the care of the great military orders of Christendom. For centuries, Christian churches were built with a clear symbolic purpose. Traditionally, they faced east to west. The eastward orientation reflected the rising sun, a powerful symbol of Christ's resurrection and the divine light of God. The Knights Templar, however, were not typical parish builders. They modelled themselves on the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem, seeking to reflect its geometry in the sacred spaces they created. This meant Templar churches were sometimes not aligned strictly east-west, but oriented according to the temple's design, or even to the rising and setting sun on a particular saint's day, to honour the dedication of that church. At Kemeys Commander in Monmouthshire, the parish church is dedicated to All Saints, whose feast day falls on November 1st. Interestingly, the church is slightly off the typical east-west alignment, and on November 1st, the sun rises and sets along the church's axis. A remarkable alignment that may reflect Templar intention, connecting the sacred geometry of the church with the cycle of the sun. Across Britain and Europe, some historians suggest the Templars deliberately designed churches with these solar and geometric principles. By aligning buildings to the sun on a patron saint's feast day, they intertwined faith, astronomy, and architecture, a reflection of the mystical vision that guided the order. Kemeys Commander was never a fortress or a battlefield. Its story is one of faith, stewardship, and quiet endurance. A small parish that linked rural Wales to the vast networks of the Templars and the Hospitallers. Today, the name Commander keeps their memory alive, a whisper of the medieval orders that once shaped this tranquil corner of Monmouthshire,